Hello, hi, happy Saturday. The kids have just gone to the dad's for a bit, so I thought I'd do a little video. Just wanted to talk about a couple of things. Firstly, fucking hell, after the full moon flop or whatever, that the rest of that day and since then on has been a complete trip. Like, I feel like I've been dumped in another alternate reality. And in my head I kept thinking it was like it was like a level up. It was like I'm not, again, I don't, it's not like a level up, I'm great, it's like a level up shit, like, like another mini veil's being pulled down. It's like being back in the midst of the most heightened part of my awakening back in March. It's like, I've been trying to think about how to describe this without being too, I don't know, because I know that there's some people watching this who know me, so it's harder to, they know me in real life, so it's harder to just, I'm going to have to change my channel name or something. Crazy songs on now. That's the problem, innit? You don't want people to think you're crazy, but there's part of me that's like, oh fuck it, I'm not crazy, I could pass any sort of test that I had to, even if I had to pretend. No, I'm joking. But that's what gets you, like, isn't it? When when you're trying to explain consciousness and what's going on and to yourself. I just feel like there's been another shift. I feel like I am extra heightened, and it's like, people are talking about NPCs, and I've mentioned them a bit as well. And I first came across this concept through Dolores Cannon when I was awakening. How she talked about backdrop people, backfill people or whatever, and I really started to feel it, and I've felt it ever since. But it goes in ebbs and flows of, am I bothered about it, and am I not bothered about it? And it's like this new sort of state of consciousness that I've been dumped in. I don't give two shits about it. Like, they're just, they're harmless little, people that are plugged into the system, and they're just going about their mundane, proper lives, and, that doesn't affect me. But what affects me is when I come into contact with people that seem to be aware of me and I'm aware of them. Like I was saying the other day, from more of a hyper-dimensional point of view. And it's like, because I know that my intent is pure, and I don't have ill feelings or ill intent towards anyone, or, I'm quite a lot way through the trudge of judgment and things like that. So it's shocking to me sometimes when I can see the essence in somebody and it's not good, and it's, it's opposing to me. It's like, I don't like to go into like good and evil or shit like that, but it's like, for me it feels like I'm in the game and I'm aware I'm in the game, and that's fine. You can sort of, get yourself used to that concept. But then when you come into contact with somebody else who is in the game as well, but they're not on your team, do you know what I mean? It's like that. That's a sort of thing that I've been revisiting this last couple of days. I can sense the essence, I can feel the intent behind people, and I don't know if they are aware that I'm aware as well. It's like some strange little game that's not spoken, it's the unspoken, and it's a bit fucking weird sometimes. I'm just like, shit, what's going on? It's like, I've never really looked deeply into the Mandela effect because it was too big of a rabbit hole and I just couldn't be bothered. And to be honest, when I came across it, it was at the point of my awakening where there was just bigger things on my mind. I don't mean bigger things on my mind. It was just like it was just a very small piece of what I was becoming aware of. And, you know, but I'm not saying I'm not affected by it. I probably am. I know I definitely thought Mirror, Mirror on the Wall was what was right, you know, and a few other things. And I've noticed changes in people, and I've seen, you know, I've seen some things which have put me on edge, or I've felt some things that have put me on edge, but, you know, I've internally rationalised and, you know, just kept with the knowledge that I am the writer of my own play, and I am the actor in my own show, and the player in my own game. But it's like, you know, I'm just like, well, what's going on at a deeper level? There's some sort of higher thing going on, and I don't know what that is. So yeah, it's like NPCs I'm not bothered about. It's like the enemy, you know, that's a problem, and it's like, what's going on? You know, there's nothing outwardly, but it's all the unsaid that I can feel, and the, you know, just the essence, the spirit of people, and, you know, it's just a bit strange sometimes when I feel the darkness in people, and I see it in their eyes, and it's like, oh God, fuck's sake. So I choose to be very careful with my words sometimes, and I don't really want to live my life or play my game like that. So I don't know, I'm just wondering, has anyone else felt another sort of shift, another levelling up, or I don't know, it's just been a complete trip since Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck? But, you know, maybe this is just my little wave of, you know, craziness, which I'll have to plateau, I don't know. And another thing that was a bit weird, I've got these bloody rashes back again, but another thing that was weird was that I did a personality test, Myers-Briggs test again, and I've done this, you know, a few times throughout my life, and I've always been an INFJ, and I've just taken 3 different ones, and now I'm an ENFP, which is a champion or a campaigner, extroverted, intuitive, feeling, perceiving. And I'm like, why has that changed? Like, has that changed because of, I don't know, some type of internal healing or what? Or am I just being more honest with my answers? Or, I don't know, I just thought, well, that's a bit bloody weird as well, you know. And one of the questions on it, I wrote it down here, one of the questions on it, and it was the only one that I sort of fumbled over, you know, like the other ones, you just instinctively know yourself, don't you? So you're like, oh, nah, and you can go down them all. Well, this one said, given the choice, you'd rather A, see the world for what it is, or see the world for what it could be. And fuck me, that had me pondering for a long time. I was like, And, you know, I think this is the dichotomy of me personally. It's like how far my consciousness or my spirit wants to go in truth and truth searching, and, you know, I don't want darkness around me. So, you know, in the end I put see the world for what it could be, and that was, you know, that feels definitely more right, more like 60-40, see the world what it could be as opposed to what it is, because I think what it is a whole heap of shit. That is, you know, it's like people talk about, you can't polish a shit, but you can roll it in glitter, and it's like, I think that's what the world has become, you know, it's a piece of shit that's rolled in glitter. On many levels, and like I'm laughing about it now because you've got to laugh, haven't you? There's nothing else you can do when things are so strange sometimes. But when you think about homeless people, starving people, wars, the list is endless of just whole heaps of shit in this world. But, you know, what we're thrown is just a whole heap of glitter to cover it up. Whoosh, there you go, look at this. Here's some new clothes, new shoes, drive a nice car, get a nice house, go on a nice holiday, get your hair done, paint your nails, get a nice boyfriend that doesn't challenge anything, you know, settle down, and it's like, battery's going. Oh, and it's just like, oh, you know, so I'm constantly fighting between what I want the world to be, but acknowledging what it is. So, fuck knows. I don't know. Just having a strange few days, so I'm glad the kids are away a bit so I can detangle, defrag, and hopefully reach some sort of new state of consciousness, which I'm in now. It's like constantly evolving, aren't we, as humans, and figuring shit out, and I don't know, trying to connect and work things out and understand what is going on. But yeah, I mean, nothing too bad. I've felt a heightened awareness for the last few days, which I've not felt for months. Very, very trippy, unless you can, you know. And I'm talking about things I've seen, things I've heard, things I've read. It's like I've got an extra part of my brain working, or another little person sat on my shoulder that's sort of like pointing things out to me. It's like I noticed next door they've got a security camera now in the garden. The garden's about this big, about this wide, same as mine. And now they've got a security camera pointing down. It's like, what's that all about? And, you know, I don't want to get into fear or paranoia or anything like that, but I'm just noticing an added layer to everything. I'm like, what is this? What's this about? So, I'm going to have a long think about things tonight, and hopefully have a good sleep. But, you know, I'm feeling fine. The kids are great. My tooth hurts a bit still. Got some paracetamols, and I've got a bit of red wine actually while the kids aren't here. I thought I'll have a glass of red wine to just numb it even more. And I don't know, I fancy watching a film, which I never do. I never, ever watch films. But I've got the urge to watch The Matrix. I thought, no, watch it, because I've never seen it before. And, you know, with these crazy times and all, people reference things all the time, and I've got no clue what anyone's talking about. So I thought maybe The Matrix is a good place to start. I don't know. I don't want to look at anything too new, because it's like I used to watch Black Mirror when that first started. Fuck me, that was thought-provoking and trippy enough, and that was years ago. So yeah, I don't watch anything. I used to just watch reality shows, and I used to like crime stuff, crime documentaries and murderous stuff. Real life stuff though, gritty. I used to say I like something gritty. But yeah, I don't watch anything anymore. But I did notice on the front of the newspaper when I went into the shop to get my paracetamols, there's some shit about Charles not wanting to marry Princess Diana, and I don't know, I just scanned the front pages and I was like, oh shit, you know, what reality am I in now? Like, the fuck is going on? Who knows? But anyway. Oh, I do like the cranberries. Right, I'm going to turn this up now and get off. I hope this wasn't too boring or low vibe, but I'm just acknowledging the weirdness of shit at the minute. Okie dokie, bye.